Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Investing Bros and welcome to day one of Bitcoin spot ETF being traded. That is what we are hearing at this point. And today is going to be pretty crazy when it comes to price action. But the question is, and this has not been answered just yet, is this approval of the ETF going to be a sell the news event, or will this be the beginning of a brand new catalyst of crypto and Bitcoin adoption that will see prices seeing new all-time highs? That means above 69,000 very, very soon. We're going to digest and kind of talk about that in this video. So make sure to go ahead and strap on in and get ready for the content. If you're already a subscriber, hit that like button so we get more people watching this video. If you're new here, thank you so much for choosing Investing Bros. My name is Tim, and let's go ahead and get into the details, starting off with the charts. Now, there's a couple things we're going to explore here, and things that could cause some excitement and things that could cause some concern. Let me pull down the oscillators for just a second, and let's talk about the price action over the last 72 hours, give or take, right? So we're hovering up here, kind of average price action somewhere around 46,700, give or take. We get a fake announcement back here on the 9th, right? So we get a hack of the SEC's Twitter account, and the price skyrockets very, very quickly and then plummets. All right. So we're talking about going from 46,600, 46,700, shooting up within minutes to 47,800, 47,900. And then after that, within minutes, shooting from that 47,900, wicking all the way down to 44,700. All right, that is a lot of chaos. And just in case you're wondering, yes, we had announcements from Gary Gensler saying that they had been hacked. It was a terrible look for the SEC. However, that all happened after we dipped in price. In fact, when Gary reported that it had been a hack, that's what actually caused price to shoot back to the upside and begin trading sideways. Of course, we would then dip the next morning because there's so much uncertainty. A lot of people maybe even suspecting that we're going to see a delay and this was going to be the excuse. We end up coming down all the way back towards 44,300 before making a climb all of yesterday. But here is the problem. We got the approval of the ETF yesterday in a very confusing format. If you were watching our live show, it was an absolute crazy scenario. I guess so many people were checking the website. The website was down, but we did confirm, and we do have actual evidence now. They are approved, and we're good to go. But the price borderline did nothing. We didn't get massive volume come in. It actually kind of got really boring here for a while we saw Ethereum begin to rally. We saw Cardano begin to rally, Solana, AVAX. You pretty much point at an altcoin, and we saw them rally, right? And we'll have to check out more of those altcoins later today, even for our members. I'm probably going to make some content this morning updating you on what I'm looking at with some altcoins. But this video is all about Bitcoin and what we can expect. We did get a rally here late last night. We actually shot all the way up to 47,700. So we didn't match the same peak, but we did shoot up back above. However, we did have a nice cool down. I did talk with our members about this. I said, hey, guys, look for a pullback here. We got a little overextended, a little too fast. Also, we're going to see some choppiness here. And sure enough, we pulled all the way back last night to 45,600. Now, we are rallying this morning. Let's talk about a positive here. Let's talk about the good stuff, and then we'll talk about the bad stuff. The good stuff is we're rallying at the moment. The good stuff is that we're showing nice signs of strength. When you pull up our oscillators here, we're seeing a lot of red. So let's go to the larger time frames. 4 hour. This is where we're seeing some positivity here, guys. MACD is about to cross bullish. The RSI does have room to run. We're not seeing blue candles. Those will be the bearish ones on my chart just yet. So there is positivity. Also, when you come over and you're looking at our liquidations, we do have some heavy liquidations coming up here at 48,300. Well, that would be a new high for this year. It would be absolutely positive. However, there are some negatives here to look at, and I don't want to ignore them. The big negative, and I was showing you on the 15-minute, we kind of went away from it. We're seeing some signs on lower time frames that things might not be what we want them to be. Let's kind of take a look here. First of all, our Luxembourg oscillator is overextended. Even though the money flow printed and got over our trend assistant right there, we have now dipped back below. We have a reversal triangle, which isn't the end of the world, but that has come in here more recently. We see the MACD is slowing down, starting to bend over. RSI is starting to come back down as well. Even as we're shooting this video, we saw the price action shoot up, and now it's starting to come back down. And what's even worse here is we're seeing a bearish divergence. But guys, this isn't a reversal bearish divergence. This isn't like saying, hey, we're rallying to the upside and now it's time to have a small correction. No, when you see the tops, and that's how you measure bearish divergences, you look at tops. When you see the fact that our tops are lower at the moment, yet in the same timeline, you look at the RSI and you see higher highs in the RSI, this is what we would call a continuation bearish divergence. Hidden bearish divergence is another way to say it. And this means that technically right now the trend is to the downside. In fact, as that trend line, I didn't even do this analysis this morning. It's not a perfect trend line right there, guys. But that is pretty stinking close to being something to keep your eyes on right there. We are moving with lower highs at the moment. That's not what you want to see. There is, again, I'm still thinking long term that we should see bullishness. Again, we have liquidations above us. Here comes what I'm really going to get down to, guys. This is the ETF approval day, and one thing we predicted a long time ago is to the upside or to the downside, volatility was going to be in play. We've rallied up high, we've dipped down low, we've rallied up high, we've dipped down low. There's a lot of things that can still happen. If you guys were watching our live show yesterday, we talked a little bit about this, and I want to show you guys kind of what I'm looking at. And, you know, if you are already in a long position, I'm not going to encourage you to get out of a long position. I don't want to any fear. I don't want to put any fear into you guys whatsoever, because logically, I'm still on the camp of saying we're more than likely about to see billions of dollars come into Bitcoin via these ETFs over the next couple of weeks. Now, does that mean that it's nothing but upside from here? Not necessarily. In fact, with all this new inflow, the existing whales, the existing traders are going to look to take advantage of some things. And I told you guys yesterday, I'm looking at two lower levels that look like potentially juicy entries. The first one coming in down here towards 44,400. The other one coming in down here at 42,500, or a little bit lesser than that, but that's pretty much the area we're talking about. One of the reasons why is, again, I'm seeing some bearish divergences on these charts. I'm seeing them on the altcoins as well, by the way, guys. I told you guys I'm not going to go too crazy into the alts. But, for example, Cardano, one of the bigger movers here, you're seeing some pretty egregious bearish divergence forming right now with a really high RSI back here when we topped out around 58 cents. But now as we're pushing above 60, our RSI is not as high. You can see the same thing with the MACD. That's another kind of killer right there. When you see both the RSI and the MACD confirming that there looks like there's bearish divergence, that's when it is a pretty aggressive look right there. But again, this video is not about Cardano. I just wanted to show you even the alts are looking a little vulnerable right now. I'm expecting some pretty high volatility here with Bitcoin. To cancel out this bearish divergence, we do need to see the price not just get above, but close a 15-minute candle here above 47,500. That would cancel out this hidden bearish divergence. But if we do start to head to the downside, the reasons why I'm looking this low, there's a couple of them. The first one is going to be that we do have some hefty order blocks when we look at like the hourly chart and 4-hour chart that comes down to these levels. In fact, right now we have a strong top up here at 47.9. Our bottom down here is actually weak low, even though I don't think we're going to break it too much further than that. But we do see a pretty high order block right here. 42% is coming in at 44,500, right? 44,400 is where we're kind of looking at right there. That's the first reason I'm looking at that spot. You're also going to see some more order blocks coming on down here, but the lowest one of them all, kind of coming our lowest ones, is going to be here at 42,500. When I move over here and look at liquidations as well, let's go back to the 12-hour chart and take a look at what we see happening on Bitcoin. You will see when zooming in here, we definitely have some liquidations as low as 44.7 that are still high. They still have yellow tints to them. 44.4, that's just a nice little area. And then if we have a nice little gap right here, we could drop even as low as 42,000 to fill those liquidations. Did not mean to grab that chart, so this is going to mess me up here for a second. Apologize about that, guys. My point here is, yes, we have liquidity up above us, and we have liquidation targets to rally even above 48,000, and I think that will happen. The problem is, though, we also have this stuff below us. And with such a vulnerable story coming to the forefront, this approval, this is the perfect time for experienced traders to take advantage of inexperienced traders. And right now, I think the overall sentiment is we should go up. There's kind of a split feeling, but overall, we should go up. It would not surprise me in the least that before we actually make that move to the upside, we make one more good dip to the downside, at least back down here to 44.4, filling out some of that liquidity. I could be wrong. Again, we're rallying even as we're speaking right now. We're kind of being volatile right now. But I'm telling you, after living through multiple moments like this, the one thing you can know with certainty is that you're not going to be able to predict which way the price is going. It's going to be volatile. I do think overwhelmingly, though, we do move to the upside, is my opinion at this point. So we're rallying at the moment. This would be awesome. I told you guys, this is what we're looking for. Can we get Bitcoin to close above 47.5, in which case this argument of bearish divergence is null and void, although it doesn't necessarily eliminate all of the things we have below us, all of this heavy order blocks and liquidations we have below us. So I want you guys to be careful today. Yes, I think Bitcoin is going to the upside. I do believe we're going to be seeing over $50,000 coming in on Bitcoin very, very soon, but be aware of everything that's happening below us. Do not be exit liquidity for somebody else. Make sure to stay vigilant and watch the charts. Guys, that's all I have for you in this video. Make sure to smash that like button if you are excited, and let me know in the comments down below, what are your thoughts? Are you thinking nothing but up from here, or do you agree that there are some weird things happening on the charts right now, and more than likely we will see some lower levels before we see those new highs? Let us know in the comments, guys. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. I'll see you later today at 3 p.m. for our daily live show. And again, if you are in the members, if you want to join that membership, I'm probably making some videos, this morning looking at some of those altcoins because they were having an amazing day yesterday. Let's take a look at what's happening there a little bit later on. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. Adios.